Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Phil Bussey, the Mile High Mouth, and today, well, guess what? We're going to do an unboxing. I know, right? There's so many of those, and you want gameplay footage of things, which we'll get. But yes, unboxings first, I suppose. I go, when I check the mail, there's something from the bank. Who knows? And then, suddenly, this. So I probably have, one or two more boxes of the things showing up in the next 1 or 2 months. I have no idea what. If they keep sending this stuff, that'd be weird, because apparently, like I said, youngest sister's all like, hey, Christmas present. I'm like, okay, well, it means I can open this up in front of y'all. So here's this thing. It says a LootCrate DX. There's that. The DX is, I guess, their deluxe version. That's the sides of those. Here's a little part that I'm going to have to, let's see, I got my scissors right here. Let's go ahead and Allahu Akbar this thing for a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that was really quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this puppy up. To be honest, I don't know what's in these. I know these are more pop culture related than the gaming ones. So not really sure what to expect in this. But that kind of makes it kind of exciting, I suppose. I don't know. So let's go ahead and open this puppy up. And okay. Let's see what we got here. We have it doesn't turn into anything. Yep, doesn't turn into anything. And it looks like let's see what this is. A Vault Boy bobblehead from Fallout 4. Let me go ahead and pop that over there. Let's see, we have a Superman and versus Batman thin wallet thing. Gee, I wish it had that money in there. It's like, hey, put your money in here. I'm looking at this. I'm like, the mighty wallet that's made out of recycled something or other. I have a wallet from I already have a pretty good wallet, so I don't know if I would use that or not. I know some people who may really like this particular wallet. But yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm like, this one's less video game related. And now let's see, Arrow and the Flash, which collectible auto ornaments. That's kind of weird. We have this one is a Loot Crate exclusive. It is Arrow. I will at some point have to watch this show. I know. I don't watch Arrow or the Flash. I think that's on what, CW? I'm not sure. Anywho, it says place the hoodie on your auto. Please note the hoodie's magnetized base will not function on non-ferrous surfaces, etc. Items should be used on moving vehicles with a sustained speeds of 75. Should not be used on moving vehicles with sustained speeds of 75 miles or greater. Meaning, you put this on top of your car, and then you're just like, I'm just gonna book it, and then it's gonna book it and fly backwards into the car behind you and break their windshield. And terrifying. Ooh, terrifying. So Loot Crate kills people. Yay! Anyways, it's car ornament. Let's see real quick. Oh, what's this? A Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy glove chopsticks. They're conjoined chopsticks based off of A Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, I've actually never seen any of those. Let's see what we have here. Oh, let's see. Oh, I saw this one on the website. It's Jessica Jones from Netflix, and it's a little Q figurine of her kicking down a little wall. I thought this one was pretty cute when I saw it up there. I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. And I know this one. This is one I'll probably put up there with the rest of my stuff, or do a visual cake about, because I do like that show. I actually need to finish it. I'm really behind on the Defenders, mainly because Punisher just came out on Netflix, and I'm like, I need to finish up Daredevil, both seasons, and then I need to watch let's see, the rest of Jessica Jones. I think there's an Iron Fist thing, and I've heard it's horrible from everyone, but Jessica Jones, I think I watched the first 2 episodes of this. Pretty good show. I'm going to have to catch up on it. I used to actually read the Defenders, Power Man and Iron Fist and all that, a long time ago, back in the early 90s. Actually, you see a lot of them now, where they're kind of promoted because they used to be in a lot of those anti-drug commercials. You'd be like, oh, it's Matt Murdock, the Daredevil, and Power Man would be all like, hey kids, don't use that there cannabis, it's gonna kill you. It's like marijuana kills. Like you smoke 2 or 3 marijuanas and you're dead. End. Finito. Anyways, that one's pretty cool. And then finally, the first rule of Loot Crate is you do not talk about Loot Crate. I think the first rule of jokes about Fight Club is you don't make jokes about Fight Club, because it makes you come off a little bit as like you might be trying a little too hard. Overall, I'm like, that last one actually had like that really cool like Bioshock thing in here. This one has a Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider Titans. This one is a 4.5 Scar Titan. It says Loot Crate exclusive, and I'll admit it, I have not seen any. This is some battle damage in it. I have not seen any of the new Battlestar Galactica. I grew up with like old black and white episodes of Doctor Who that I thought were episodes of the Twilight Zone, until later on when I realized, oh, I've seen Doctor Who. And with Battlestar Galactica, I actually had figurines of the old ones, like the little green monster creatures and some of this crew, and I always thought it was Star Trek. I know that's kind of horribly, people right now are like, wait, what? You mistook Battlestar Galactica for Star Trek? Well, at the time, when I was growing up, we only had original Star Trek and animated Star Trek. And animated Star Trek was pretty boss. Original Star Trek was like, this looks a little bit like a lower grade version of Battlestar Galactica. Or it wants to be like Flash Gordon, but they want to talk too much about certain things. It was one of those things where growing up, I did like Next Generation for the most part. Mainly because everybody wants to be Riker, not Picard. Nobody liked Picard. Like, I remember when that first came out, people were like, what's up with Captain Picard? He's too much of a straight-laced guy compared to Captain Kirk. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play my Star Wars. Man, I wish they'd make more movies in this. Did they ever make more movies than that? I'm not sure. Anyways, we have a Battlestar Galactica. Here's what came in this particular Loot Crate. Deluxe. The DX stands for Deluxe. Yay. And actually, I could use that box for all sorts of interesting packing for other stuff. Actually, let's go ahead and see what this bobblehead looks like. I don't know what the... Okay, each bobblehead is good for 10 skill points or 1 statistic point. Ooh, cool. Beep. Increase may not exceed level 120 skills or level 10 stats. By opening this package, you agree to it. I'm going to see what this bobblehead looks like. Where did I put those scissors? Because, like, Fallout 4 is one of those games where I'm like, oh, I've tried this, but it's one of those games like Skyrim where, like, I don't know if I want to get this because, oh my gosh, I've put, like, what, 500 hours into The Legend of Zelda, and this is one of those Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and this is one of those open world games, and post-apocalyptic civilization, and you have a dog for most of the game, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of right up my alley there. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's open up the Vault Boy and take a look. Okay, it says Vault number 111. Now these are in those little commercials that they use in there, and in the little things, it bobbles. That's what it does. It's a bobblehead. Vault-Tec bobblehead. May or may not display it, but that Jessica Jones, I'm very likely going to put on a shelf or on my desk, because like I can have stuff on my desk. So yeah. Kind of I'm surprised they didn't put a shirt in there, you know, because like the last one had a shirt in it. But I think they're like, oh, clothing items, wallets. I'll be very honest about Batman vs. Superman. I went and saw the extended version via unscrupulous means. Didn't see it in the theaters, but I thought the extended version was okay. I felt that the movie was a little the movie was a little overlong, and Henry Cavill as Superman. You know, I grew up with I watched a couple of the Christopher Reeves things. I thought Christopher Reeves was a terrible Superman. I know people are like, wait, what? No. You know the guy from Lois and Clark, you know, Lois Lane, Terry Hatcher, and Dean Cain as Superman. That's my Superman. I also grew up with like the Superboy on I think WB, Adventures of Superboy, back when they had like the Toy Maker. Remember the Toy Maker or the Tinkerer in that one is played by Gilbert Gottfried, and he's like creepy as all heck in that one. And also Metallo was good in that one. And I'm like, you know, that one's pretty good. Batman, I think they've replaced Batman now with like I'm not sure who they're having for it. I think they have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman, which should be interesting. He'd be like, do that little Batman lean. He's like, there's some things we're going to do around here. We're saving people. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine that. You see Batman outside of a Arkham Asylum gate just like banging on it with a Batarang, like, wake up! That type of thing. That'd be kind of hilarious. I don't know. We'll see what they do with that. To be perfectly honest, haven't seen Justice League. Probably might not see that one in theaters. Because, I don't know, I'm just kind of like, DC Universe stuff, I like DC Comics. The DC Comics, like Watchmen, Batman, etc., they had much more serious topics than Marvel. Marvel is mostly about imitation. That's why you'd have like, oh, here's Stan, over here you have Stan Lee, he's got the Spider-Man. Over here you have the Arachnid character from here. You have the Blue Bolt, the Blue Beetle. You have Flash, you have, oh, let's see, who's the person? Oh, Quicksilver is the one for Marvel. Most of Marvel and DC kind of copies each other. And I'll do a video later on at some point talking about why I stopped collecting comics and why that was Marvel's fault. Although DC had some hand in it, it was really Marvel's fault. And I tried to get back into, okay, for people who might not, who know these comics, I tried to get back into comics for a little bit in the 2000s with Spider-Man, because I did not like the Crimson Spider thing, but then it was One More Day. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know that I have every right to be mad at Marvel with that. Oh, goodness. Oh, and that was even after the whole thing with Infinity War, which I'm actually looking forward more to Infinity War in the movies than I did in the comics, because I felt like Infinity War, they were trying this, and then DC did the whole thing with Doomsday leading up to the death of Superman. Now, the return of Superman was kind of, but the death of Superman, the lead up to that, where like Guy Gardner gets beat up, the Ice Witch gets beat up, everybody pretty much gets beat up by this guy that shows up in like a green Cadmus armor out of nowhere and just goes on a straightforward rampage, just one direction there, and then Superman accident. Well, actually, I'll have to go into that at some point, because that was one of my favorite story arcs that they had at DC. And in Batman vs Superman, they're like, "Hey, we have Doomsday," and I'm like, "No, you don't. You have this thing where like." With Doomsday, like when Doomsday first showed up, that was amazing. In the comics, there was that Superman Doomsday animated series, and that was like the little animated movie. That was not that good in comparison to the comics at all, because you have to build up to a character. Like with Marvel's Infinity War, they build up to Thanos. Thanos shows up in the background of everything. Every single one of those movies, starting from Iron Man, has a connection to Thanos in one way or another, and they're going to get to it, and characters are going to be like, oh no, things are going to happen to him. But yeah, with this one, they're like, hey, here's Doomsday, related to our version of Lex Luthor in this one. And I'm like, no, Jesse Eisenberg is not Lex Luthor. No. It was just one of those things where I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, because I'm a little afraid to, because everyone's like, oh, that one's really good. And I'm like, really good by DC current standards, or really good by Marvel current standards? Because there's a big difference. When people are like, oh, this is good DC, are you talking like the original Batman movie or Batman Returns? Or are you talking like the Dark Knight trilogy? Or are you talking good in comparison to Man of Steel? Or good in comparison to, well, Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? Don't get me wrong, those were fun at the time. I mean, you have the end is the beginning is the end, the beginning is the end is the beginning. I mean, seriously, it had that whole thing with the Smashing Pumpkins were together for a moment before everybody got replaced by machines. So now it's just a computer and Billy Corgan, and who knows when he'll get mad at the computer. Now the computer will gain sentience. That's what happens. That's how we end up with Skynet. Billy Corgan makes a computer angry. And you can find that on Prison Planet. He'll talk about it then. But yeah, there we go. We got this is what we got in this. We got the Flash, the Arrow, like this. Look, that's the Arrow. I can strap him to my hood. I think I know some people who really love that show. Cool. This Batman and Superman versus Wallet. this Jessica Jones Q figurine, which I really like those Q figurines. I saw a really good looking Spider-Man one that I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, I like this one. That little chibi style there fits perfectly. I like that actress in a lot of stuff, and it's cool. Battlestar Galactica. Interesting. This Vault Boy. Ah, yeah, I like this. It's pretty cool. And it gave me stat bonuses. And, of course, chopsticks. Silverware. I'll figure this one out. That will happen with something. And, of course, the scissor that I used for this. There we go. But, yeah, that's what showed up in this particular Loot Crate Deluxe thing. Surprised there's not a shirt. I like shirts. Those are pretty neat. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what of this stuff you're like, oh man, I wish I had that. Are you a fan of Battlestar Galactica, and are you mad at me now? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know which one's your favorite Batman or your favorite Superman in there. What Superman did you grow up with? Do you think that, I mean, Terry Hatcher and Amy Adams is kind of a tie for me. I know a lot of people don't like Amy Adams as Lois Lane, but I'm like, I do. I like Amy Adams. She's cool. We cool. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you get this thing in your mail? Let me know too. And hey, if you're from Loot Crate and you're all like, hey, these are interesting little videos, we should send you stuff. I fully support and endorse that idea. Absolutely. Free stuff. Anyways, let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. You know, that like thing. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. And when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you ring that little bell. Yeah, you thought I got rid of the bell, didn't you? Oh, but yeah, let me know in the comments below, and if you hit that little bell, you will be notified whenever we have a brand new video here at Area DMG. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.